It was the last day of his sophomore year of high school. A split second later, a baseball bat hit James Clear so hard it literally crushed his face. Yeah, I mean, he was struck directly between the eyes. We're talking a completely crushed nose, multiple skull fractures, 2 shattered eye sockets. This wasn't just some accident. This was a life-shattering event that forced him to rebuild his entire life from scratch, one tiny, tiny piece at a time. And it's in that long, painful recovery that he stumbles on the secret so powerful it could genuinely change your life, starting like right now. But first, you have to understand just how close he came to losing it all. I mean, his brain started swelling so fast, his body just began shutting down. He couldn't even breathe on his own. While he's in the hospital, his parents are reliving this absolute nightmare. See, his sister had battled cancer as a child. A priest was actually sent in to comfort them. It was without a doubt one of the worst nights of their lives. His recovery was just brutal. We're talking slow, agonizing. He had to relearn the most basic things, like how to walk in a straight line. And when he finally gets back to baseball a year later, he gets cut from the varsity team. Humiliating. I mean, that's rock bottom. But right there, in that failure, he finds the key. He realizes he can't make some huge movie-style comeback. So instead, he focuses on something so small, it's almost ridiculous. Getting just 1% better each day. That's it. 1%. All right, so let's really dig into this, because what James realized is that the way almost all of us try to change our lives is completely backward. We all set these massive goals, don't we? Oh, for sure, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds, or this is the year I write my novel. But here's the catch. The book reveals that this entire approach is fundamentally flawed. It's actually setting us up to fail from the start. See, the problem is we get obsessed with the goal, the result, instead of the system that gets us there. Think about it. A goal is just a moment in time. It's fleeting. But a system, that's what creates real, lasting results, day in and day out. Totally. And just think about it for a second. Every athlete at the Olympics wants a gold medal, right? So the goal itself, that's not what makes the difference. It's the system, that grind of tiny daily improvements. That's what separates the winners from literally everyone else. And this is the line that just hits you. It's so important. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Okay, I know what you're thinking. If you've ever tried this, if you've put in the work day after day and seen nothing, you're probably screaming, "This doesn't work for me." And well, this is the part that will blow your mind. He calls it the plateau of latent potential. Okay, to get this, just picture an ice cube sitting in a cold room. Now, let's watch what happens as we slowly dial up the temperature, 1 degree at a time. Okay, 29 degrees. Nothing. All that hard work you're putting in, and the ice is still just, well, it's ice. 30 degrees, still nothing. This is that moment, You've been running for a month, the scale hasn't budged, you are this close to just giving up. 31 degrees, and now it just feels pointless. You feel like a failure. The work just isn't working. This is what he calls the valley of disappointment. And then, 32 degrees, breakthrough. That 1 degree shift unleashes this massive, visible change. Your work was never, ever wasted. It was just being stored. All that potential was building up, just waiting for that tipping point. It's like the stonecutter quote, all big things really do come from small beginnings. Sure, people might call it an overnight success, but you'll know the truth. You'll know it was the result of all that work you did when it looked like nothing was happening at all. Okay, so we've got the system, we understand the plateau, but now we get to the real secret. The most powerful way to change your habits isn't to focus on what you want to achieve. It's to focus on who you want to become. Okay, check this out. The difference here looks subtle, but it is everything. The person on the left is fighting themselves. They're trying to force the behavior. But the person on the right, they're just acting in alignment with their new identity. And this is the absolute core of it. Every single action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. It's that simple. You want to be a writer? Cast a vote. Write 1 sentence. You want to be a healthy person? Cast a vote. Go for a walk. I mean, it really is that simple. First, decide the type of person you want to be. Then, step 2, start proving it to yourself with these tiny little wins. Just ask, what would a healthy person do? What would a writer do? Then do that in the smallest way possible. But wait a second, what about willpower, right? Don't you just need more discipline to just grind harder? Well, what if I told you that whole idea is a trap? Here's the thing. The book argues that those people you see with incredible self-control, they're not heroes with superhuman willpower. Nope. They are just better at structuring their lives so they almost never have to use it. So here is the game-changing shift. Stop fighting your environment and start designing it. Your goal is to make good habits the path of least resistance. Make them the easy choice. I mean, it's all about reducing friction. You're not trying harder. You're just making it easier to do the right thing. You want to eat more apples? Don't hide them in the fridge. Put them in a bowl on the counter. You want to practice guitar? Don't keep it in the case. Put it right in the middle of the living room. You become the designer of your world, not just a victim of it. Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground here, from a near-death experience all the way to a life-changing framework. But look, none of this information means anything without action. And this is how you start. The 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it has to take less than 2 minutes to do. Now, the point isn't to just do 2 minutes of work forever. The point is to master the art of showing up. So, read before bed at night becomes read 1 page. Run 3 miles becomes just put on my running shoes. Exactly. A habit has to be established before it can be improved. You have to standardize before you can optimize. Make it so ridiculously easy, you literally can't say no. That is the foundation for everything else. So we're going to leave you with this question. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't plan it out. Just do it. Right now. What is the one tiny action you can take in the next 2 minutes that casts a vote for the person you want to become? What's your 1%? The journey to a remarkable life starts right now with one tiny choice.